everybody, my name is Brittany and I'm a kinesiologist with the Copeman Healthcare Clinic in Calgary. Today I'm excited to take you through a short warm-up that you can use before you hit the trails for your next run. Now, it's important to warm up before you start a run because we want to get those muscles as well as the joints ready to move. In addition, we want to make sure we get the nerves firing within those muscles so it makes sure we are more efficient and helps with injury prevention. So the first thing we're going to start with is some dynamic stretches. Now we're going to work from the lower body and move all the way into the upper body. So first thing we're going to start with here is some ankle circles. So all I'm doing is going 10 times clockwise, and then I'm going to reverse and go 10 times counterclockwise. We also want to make sure we do this on both sides. Now you can also choose to do your ankle circles out in the air as well too, more of an open chain type exercise. Good. It also makes you practice your balance a little bit by standing on one foot. And now we're going to reverse. Excellent. So from here, we're going to move up higher into the leg, and we are going to do some leg swings. Now, important thing with leg swings, we still want to maintain a really good posture, so shoulders down and back, slight engagement in that core. We're going to start with front to back leg swings. Now again, you're not trying to kick your leg as high as you can with this exercise. We're just starting to bring some movement into the joint and to wake those muscles up. Again, we're going to do about 10 times a side, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, moving into the other leg here. Again, nice and tall with that posture, shoulders down and back. Okay, now from the front to back, we're going to go side to side with our leg swings. So for me, I'm just using a chair in front of me just to help balance. You can also choose to use a wall or a countertop, kind of depending on where you're at. If you're already outside, back of a bench, you can hold onto a pole. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, what you can do is go hands-free. And we're going to switch to the other side here. Again, checking for that tall posture, shoulders down and back, and slight engagement into the core. Now from here, we're going to do some quick hip openers. So again, hips are very important with running, so we want to make sure they're nice and warm. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, I'm going to stand on one leg. I'm going to lift my knees straight up. I'm going to open that leg out to the side. I'm going to bring it back to center and back down. One thing to watch for when you do this is when you go to open your leg, I don't want to see your opposite hip move with it like that, because we're not really working on that hip then. So again, we want to keep the hip of the leg that's on the ground still as we open up that leg and bring it back down. Good. Again, working on that tall posture. Don't let those shoulders roll forward. Aiming for about 10 times a side. All right, so I'm going to switch to my other leg. Again, same thing. When I open this leg up, I don't want this opposite hip to move. It stays still. Good. Now, as I've talked about in the past in a couple other of these episodes, you may notice one side you have a little bit more mobility than the other. That is normal, but that is something that we can work on to improve, so both sides become a little bit more even. All right, we're going to do one more. Excellent. All right. So from here, we're going to take the next few exercises or dynamic stretches onto the ground. These are going to provide a little bit more movement in through the hips, but specifically into muscles like your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. So first exercise I'm going to show you is called scorpions. So you're going to lay flat on your tummy, arms up to the side like you're making the letter T. From here, you're going to take one leg, and you're going to bring it up, across, and you're going to try to touch the ground on the other side. Now what you're going to notice when you do this is you get a little bit of a stretch through that front quad. Bring it back to center, move to the other side. So this is also warming up. We're getting a little bit of movement in through that lower back as well. Again, you don't want to be going so fast while doing these that you don't get the benefit of the movement. So keep it at a nice, even tempo. Okay, so from here, we're going to reverse the exercise, and we're going to do something called eagles. So again, from here, this time, you're going to lay on your back. Arms out to the side like you're making the letter T again. And then you're going to take that outside leg, you're going to bring it up, and you're going to cross it over. So essentially, we've just reversed the movement from what we did when we were on our tummy. Again, you may feel this into your lower back stretching a little bit. You may also feel this into your chest as you stretch a little bit. Now, if your foot can't quite touch the ground, that's okay. One tip I have for you, if that is the case, is don't bring that leg up so high as you come over. Let it fall a little bit lower, and that should allow you to bring it to the ground. Okay, last one. Excellent. All right, so from here, we are going to get into those activation exercises I had mentioned at the beginning. So the activation exercises are good because what they're going to do is get those nerves firing within the muscle, so they get us prepped and ready for when we hit the road. So I'm going to give you two different versions that I like to do before I go for my runs, but there are definitely many more out there. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact your kinesiologist at your center, and they'll definitely be able to help you. So the first one I'm going to show you is kind of like a glute bridge, but we're going to do it on one leg. Now, the reason we're going to do it on one leg is because when you're running, we use our legs unilaterally, so they both move at different times, so I want to wake them up separately. So for this, lying on my back, I'm going to pull my heels in close to my bum, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to pull it into my tummy, and I'm going to have both hands around that leg. From here, what I'm going to do is pull into my core a little bit, so I've engaged it. I'm going to squeeze my bum cheek of the leg that's on the floor, and I'm going to push my hip as high as I can up into the air and slowly lower back down. I'm going to do this about 10 times each side. And back down. Again, you really want to focus on squeezing that bum cheek as you push up and back down. You want to think about exhaling as you push up. All right, we've got two more here. This will be our last one, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So my left leg was doing all the work. This time I'm going to switch. So my right leg comes onto the ground. I'm going to pull my left leg into the chest. Both hands wrap around that left leg. Again, I'm going to engage that core. I'm going to squeeze my right bum cheek and push it up. Remember, exhaling as we push up from the ground. Now, the important thing to also remember is when we go to lower from this exercise, I want you to control that lower down. I don't want you to just drop it like that. So again, I want you to control it on your way down because you also get a lot of benefit from that. Okay, last two. And last one. Excellent. Now from here, I will show you one other activation exercise you can try at home. This involves using a TheraBand or a mini band, something along those lines. So with this, what I've done is I've just taken a longer TheraBand that I had, and I've tied it into a little bit of a circle here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this band, and I'm going to step through it on both sides, and place it so it's just above my knees. I don't want it sitting directly on your knees or below. I want it just above your knees, okay? Now from here, you're going to take your feet to about hip width apart, or a squat position, or whatever feels right for you. And then you're going to put a slight bend into your knee. Now what you're going to notice is that band is wanting to push your legs in. I want you to resist it by keeping them out. So a good thing, or one thing that you want to look for, is those knees are kind of staying in line with that second toe. So as soon as you, again, push on that band a little bit, you're going to feel the muscles on the outside of your legs fire up. This is exactly what we want. Now from here, we're going to add a little bit of a step to it. My toes are going to stay forward at all times, and I'm going to maintain good posture, kind of in a mini squat. So I'm going to take one step, making sure my toes stay forward, and then I'm going to come back the other way. Now, because I'm trying to film this on a camera, I won't go out of the camera view, but you in your home could use a hallway and do 1 or 2 passes of your hallway. Good way to tell you're doing this right is you kind of feel your bum cheeks light up, or you feel like the muscles are starting to work in that area. Okay. And coming back to center. Excellent. All right. So that would be a short but efficient warm-up before you decide to hit the road for your next run. One other big recommendation or tip I have for you, especially if you have things like speed work or hill work planned for the day, is make sure you spend the first 5 to 10 minutes warming up at a gentle pace. I don't want you to go as fast as you can right off the start. You want to give your body time to get the blood flow to the muscles in your legs and other parts of your body that's really going to need it to make sure you have a good run. If you have any other questions or looking for any other types of warm-ups for specific sports, please don't hesitate to contact your kinesiologist in your area. Thanks for joining. Bye.